Hi, my name is Roy Pumpkin. I'm a game design student at the HKU, and this is my website. I'm making boss room for my graduation project at school, and I'm going to show you how to make a fake wall effect where you actually can pass through it in Godot version 4.2. So let's do that. Here we have Godot, so I'm just going to show you the effect in game. I have a little dithering stuff across it all, or like some color bit crushing stuff. Anyway, whatever, irrelevant. So as you can see, we have a little fog effect going on, and we have a wall at the far end of this hallway, and we also have like, you know, the same texture on the ceiling, walls, and floor and stuff. And as you can see, it's like moving a little bit, if you can see that, and then if you move closer it starts moving more aggressively, and then when you get even closer it like opens up a little bit, and then the wall finally breaks away and shows you the level. So yeah, that's basically the fake wall effect. It has two major components where you have this particle effects system, and you have this wall with a distance fade that is hard, like alpha clipped, with a combined with a noise texture, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, and then if you move through it, the wall closes behind you, and there's no sign of anything. So yeah, there we go. And now let's show you this effect in Engine a little bit. So we've got this one, wall piece here, which is just a flat plane. That's not too interesting. The only interesting part is that it has a distance clip thing, which you can just do as a setting in Godot. Actually, let's test that out real quick. Make unique, new standard material. I'm not going to worry about like texture or anything. I'm just going to go like, I think it was proximity. No, it's distance fade. Distance fade, pixel alpha. There we go. There you go. So you just do distance fade, and then you have something, right? So it's just in Godot with just the standard material, you just have distance fade, pixel alpha, and then set a minimum distance of 5 and then a maximum distance of 6, and then within that range it like starts disappearing. Right? That's pretty much how that works. And the reason I hard clip it with a, actually let's just show you, right? So right now I think transparency is disabled on this thing, so I don't know how that would work if you do distance fade. What the fuck? But I have an effect on my camera that doesn't do well with transparent stuff, so that is why I hard clip. So alpha scissor, that's what I meant. And now you see why I do the noise effect across it, because now it just looks ugly, right? And then you get something like this, which is just a hard circle. So of course I'm gonna go for some noise effect over it where it actually has some interesting shaping to it, right? There we go. And basically how I got that noise thing is I just use this material, and then you have an option here that says convert to shader material. If you, oh god, I'm in the way. Actually, I'm not used to this. So we have the material override here, and then if you do this little drop down, and then it says convert to shader material, and then you get like an actual shader that we got like over here, right? With a whole bunch of stuff. And then basically what I did was I added a uniform sampler 2D. I'm not seeing where I added it, but there is one right here, fade texture. Yeah, I don't know where, oh, here it is. Okay. Anyway, so that's in there, and then I just add that in there by, you have here a clamp smooth step, like you're assigning the alpha, or you're like multiplying, equaling the alpha with a clamp smooth step, where you have the distance fade minimum to distance fade max, and then I add to the distance fade max the texture from my fade texture, just the red channel, like it's just a black and white texture, so the colors don't matter. So I just add that to it, and then it does that little wavy effect. So yeah, if you were interested in that, that's all that is. And then there's a second part of the effect, right, where we have now both. But then if I disable the little wall, we actually have a particle system here, where if I reduce the amount a little bit from 400 to 200, you can see that it's just particles filling out the wall texture, which is pretty cool, right? And so the reason I can do that is because it's drawing a mesh that has a triplanar projection of the texture. So basically that means that the texture is like projected in world space from each of the axes, right? The 3 axes, so X, Y, Z. So basically what that does is the texture is projected the same way, no matter where they are in the world, right? Like I rotated it right now, and it's like, you can see that there's like two textures projected onto it, kind of, right? You have these pluses that are like kind of duplicated, because now they're not on like a straight line with the Y axis over here. So it basically does like 2 of them. So yeah, this effect only works on like straight walls pretty much. Otherwise you're gonna have to do some other projection trickery. But yeah, it works really well, right? Because these particles just fill out this wall. And basically what I do is I have a script on this particle system. Let's zoom this in a little bit, because that's not eligible otherwise. Can I? Yeah. So I did a whole bunch of stuff with like curves and everything, but like the main point is in here in process, right? I get the distance to the player with this particle system, right? And then I do a little math to get a value that I can work with, and then I lerp the ring height, the ring inner radius, and the z position of the particle system. So the particle system uses a ring shape wherein it spawns particles, and the ring inner radius is like, you have the ring radius where particles are spawned, and then you have an inner radius where particles are not spawned. So you can create like a ring, literally, wherein the particles are spawned. And so I set that distance, I start that out with 0. So it's basically particles are spawned in the entire ring, and then I expand that ring out so that as you get closer to the particle system, the particles in the center are not spawned anymore. And then I also speed up the scale of the particle system so that those particles disappear more quickly, so that actually opens up properly. And then I also move it forward because I'm like offsetting it from the wall a little bit, so they gain like more definition. And that's pretty much it. Like I'm expanding where the particles are being spawned, so then I also have to offset the particle system so it's offset from the wall a little bit and not going through it, right? So as you can see, if I move backwards, it like moves slower, and then as I get closer, like the speed of the particles increases. Like right here it spikes, and then we're gonna even closer, the ring starts to open up, right? You can see that in the center there's no particles. And then if I move even closer, like just before it opens up, there's already like a bunch of particles surrounding it, and then there we go, right? So yeah, that's that effect. I hope that was helpful for you. You know, I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, thanks for watching, and you'll hear from me again, probably. Bye!